How do you make co-working work? The way we work is constantly shifting and changing. Companies, entrepreneurs, and individuals are moving to co-working facilities. By 2022, over 5 million people will be working in co-working facilities. In this series, we're going to explore how to make co-working work for you. Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're meeting with Marcus Cooksey. He's the president and founder of DUKE.AI, which is a technology company, if you can't tell from the title. And so if you've ever wanted to learn about how to start a tech company, this is the episode for you. So check it out. Thanks. Hey guys, how's it going? We're here today with Marcus Cooksey. He's the president and founder of DUKE.AI. So he's going to tell us all about his company, some of the things that he's experienced while growing his company over the past year or so, and just also explain a few things about, hey, check it out, if you want to do the same type of path, these are some tips for you. All right, so Marcus, welcome.
Hi.
And so just first, just tell us a little bit about yourself, background some. I know that we were both, coming from the engineering, computer science world, but yeah, just share a little bit of that with us.
Sure. My name is Marcus Cooksey. I have a computer science engineering background from the University of Texas at Arlington. I spent many years at Fortune 500 companies working on some pretty cool stuff. And here recently I was focused on automated driving, using artificial intelligence. And I also have my own trucking company. So I was kind of doing some kind of entrepreneurship in a different level, not pretty tech. And so what ended up happening is that I was always trying to streamline it because I had a full-time job and I needed to use technology that enabled me to track my drivers, do a lot of dispatching while not consuming a lot of my time during the day. And one of the problems I was having was bookkeeping and accounting. And so I was like, woo, it would be nice if I could use some of the artificial intelligence, that I was doing in my full time, and trying to recognize pedestrians and vehicles and lane markers, if I could change that to text. And so I started doing some prototyping of this probably about 2 years ago, and I came up with something just very small. I really couldn't do much, but I learned that we could actually automate everything that we think about with financial accounting software, QuickBooks and so forth, but to apply it specifically to the trucking industry. And that's kind of how the idea started. Okay,
so you started in one spot, saw another problem, you morphed and grew it to solve a bigger set of issues.
I guess you could say it that way.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, so tell us a little bit more about the AI portion and what it's doing.
Okay, so what we're doing is right now it's a cloud-based solution, and it's using numerous services to do machine learning. And basically we take documents of any sort, especially in digital format, and well, I say more of a not handwritten but more printed type of text, and we're able to take that and extract out the key details, and those key details can now be put into a financial record. So when you think of a general ledger, most businesses have to, all businesses, not most, have to keep up with their expenses. They also have to keep up with invoices, track what's a cost of goods versus a normal expenses, their liabilities, their balance sheets and tax liability, and that's a manual task today. Even using computer software, you're manually typing that in, and even that was becoming difficult for me as my fleet grew to five trucks. And so really what we're doing is you basically upload a document via email or have an app, and you take a picture of it, of a complex settlement statement or invoice, and the computer figures it out. We train it, but it figures it out.
Okay. And so by figuring it out, just how much time would somebody save?
You're going to save about 12 hours per week.
Wow.
Doing bookkeeping.
Okay. So over the course of the year, that's a ton of money.
That's a ton, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you've created this company, and just talk a little bit about the growth process. So you went from an idea, essentially, to...
Yeah. The process was I needed to prove to myself that it was possible. I knew it was possible, but it's all about getting the different technologies that are available today, and then using some of your own competency, your skill set. So I knew I couldn't do kind of a grassroots because, like I said, I had a full-time job, but I used various open source tools, as well as I consulted with friends and just people within the industry, within the whole AI space, and that kind of helped me build kind of the basic prototype. So I always say start with a prototype, you know, and then from there I shared the idea with another co-founder, and he was on board with it. And so he added some components that he had been working on to it. So, and then it just started blossoming. And then this year, you know, I added some data scientists to the team, and sales, you know, a salesperson to the team. And so from there, after you build out the technology, I think it's now you're trying to convince people to use it. Right. And so you go from just it being all technical and product development to now product marketing and sales.
Right. So focus first on solving that problem, and then kind of providing people opportunities to use your solution.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And in my case, I was my own, you know, customer, because I was using it for my trucking business.
Correct.
But if you can find that lead customer, even you know, even someone who's willing to withstand and tolerate some of the bugs and so, because we had several bugs in there.
Yes.
But I think if you could find that person to help you navigate and provide you that feedback on some iterative changes you can make, I think that's a great partnership as you build out a product and you're starting out.
True. At Microsoft, we used to call it eating your own dog food.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to eat that dog food a little bit, and but then as you do it, you learn. You become a little bit better, a little bit faster. You say, hey, we don't need that. We need this.
That's it.
Cut this part, add something else, and you just continue to end up with a better product.
That's it.
Excellent. And so you mentioned that you have a co-founder, right? So you brought somebody else on. What are some of the things that you've been looking for those early people that you've added to your company?
So each person needs to have a different skill set. So my co-founder had something that I didn't have. He had a great insight in data scientists and more so in talent development as well. So he was working with a company called Divergence Academy, also known as Divergence AI, and they're here in this co-working space as well. And so I could actually bounce ideas off of him, and he could help me define things architecturally, and then I could go out and maybe execute it or convey those architectural details to my other programmers. So that's what he brought to the table, is just that raw technical understanding around data sciences, which is key for what we're doing that I didn't have.
Okay. So it sounds like you would also, the key part was he can do something that you weren't necessarily as strong in.
Right. Okay. That's absolutely true.
All right. Yeah. And he also is from this co-working facility or space. Other folks, how has working in a co-working facility helped you in addition?
Man, you know, when I left the corporate environment, right, I was picturing myself, when you think of startup, you see it on TV, I thought I was going to be in my living room. And then I thought I was going to have to hire some more people, and we were going to have to work out of my living room. I mean, those are the movies that you see. But I think the co-working space has actually changed what the vision is and what it looks like now to be a startup. So when I came here, I looked around and I was like, there's a coffee station, there's a break room, and I get to use all of this, and so and it gave me that professional look, right? And so having just that feeling that, hey, it's still a corporate environment. When I bring clients here, I don't have this, I don't have to purchase like a meeting room or something like that. It's a stable environment. So, and then the people around, just having access to people like Nancy, right? She puts me in contact with various resources to help me with getting funding. Also, you think about the advisors that I have here. They give me good advice on how to kind of structure my business. So it's just been a wealth of resource, and not only just from a business point of view, we just clown around. And I thought I was gonna miss that, corporate, just that camaraderie. I come in here, I joke. They tell me I'm too loud, but but it's just that family kind of love that we have here.
Yes. No, I agree with you because, it's kind of like multiple stages. A lot of times you start working at home, go to Starbucks or to a coffee shop where it's like crazy loud, and then you come into here and like,
that's it right there.
No, I agree with you. And so you're in year one, right? Essentially of DUKE.AI, right? Or year one is some change. What advice would you give to someone else that's about to enter into the entrepreneur space? Don't
think it through, make sure you have a solid business case, and then just go.
Right.
Start doing. Don't talk a lot.
Yeah.
Just do.
Okay.
And when you do, put together, prototypes and so forth. And then once you've convinced that it's possible, you don't need to see the entire product together. Then you pitch it to someone else, and then you have to get another person. You need people. If you're the only one that's doing it, it's going to be very difficult. So you need a co-founder. I don't know how possible I'd be able to do it without a co-founder. It's just impossible. And then once you have that person who's ready to go along with you, you have to give up a little equity, right? Or you just do. And then now you just start building the product. You will have to acquire more people over a period of time, but partner with other people. You'll be surprised that there are programs, interns, they have something to gain out of working from a startup, right? So if you can offset some of the costs by finding very qualified interns. So working with, like in my case, I use Divergence Academies, but there are other kind of placement agencies around here, and that is a win-win for you and the intern as well. And then, after that, you just have to get out and tell other people so they can tell you your baby is ugly, and they can dress it right and help you to make it look good, and before you know it, you have a beautiful product. So
fantastic, fantastic. Yeah. So taking that step forward, not overthinking it, sounds like.
Yeah.
And it also sounds, like listening to what you're mentioning, avoiding perfection.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's key, is because if you look at what Duke is today, it's not what it looked like last year in January.
Gotcha.
Nothing. But if you look at what we were doing, nothing has changed in terms of the overall philosophy and what our intent was and what the technology. But it's evolved from being like a web app to a mobile app, right? We don't even have a web app anymore. We don't even. But just get it out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Last question for you, sir. So people that are watching this is also a community.
Right.
How can they help you?
How can they help me? First, they can go and download Duke. No, yeah, because we're on the App Store, so it's Duke.AI.
All right.
But one of the things that I'm passionate about, right, is community.
Yes.
Right. And when I mean by community, it's not enough just to say let's do something, but it's about really pitching in and giving and sharing what you know. So for me, it's like, come out and reach out, to me. So, or reach out to what we're doing, because I think beyond just the DUKE.AI, there's some other elements that we can help, such as training. Like my goal is, right, I would love to see a proliferation of data scientists come from, DUKE.AI or data scientists and so forth. There's a lack of it, and I look at where my engineers have started and where they are right now, the wealth of tech talent that they've gained over that time. So, for me, I don't know if it's helping me. I mean, that would help me because now I have a talent pipeline of people, to be honest.
Sure.
But I think it's a win-win as well. And so, as we grow, we're definitely going to need very talented people. So.
All right. Cool. Well, excellent. Yeah. Thank you again, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
taking some time.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, we'll also have all your contact info from LinkedIn and website and all those things listed below. Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you enjoyed the conversation today with Marcus. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot, and I hope you did too, about how to grow your company and what it means to lead in technology. Again, as always, subscribe to this channel and also reach out to Marcus. He'll be happy to hear from you. Thanks.